Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
We try to love everyone, but certain people, well, it's kind of hard to be around them too long. I had one specific relative who, when I left from visiting, I would think, I've enjoyed just about as much of her as I can stand. You might know the feeling. A person may be too critical, overly pessimistic, or they attack you with their words, even without meaning to. Somehow they just wear you out. Then there's other people who are such a joy to be around. You'd love to sit and chat with them for hours. They're lovely to work with, and you always come away uplifted. Jesus encountered both of these types of people. It seems like every time he visited Jerusalem, he encountered that first batch of people, mostly in the form of Pharisees and other Jewish leaders. In fact, at the end of John 10, they were poised to stone him. Then he gave them his last public invitation to believe. But this only angered them more. John says, "Therefore they sought again to seize him, but he escaped out of their hand." Then we find the second type of people in the next few verses. It says, "And he went away again beyond the Jordan to the place where John was baptizing at first." That's Bethabara. "And there he stayed. Then many of them came to him and said, 'John performed no sign, but all the things John spoke about this man were true.' And many believed in him there." 39 verses in chapter 10 about Jesus' interaction with frustrating, unreasonable unbelievers, and only 3 verses about joyful, encouraging believers. Yet Jesus stayed there for several months, from the celebration of Hanukkah to when Lazarus died, a few weeks before Passover. And those months were so fruitful. What an encouragement the people of Bethabara were to Jesus and his disciples during that time. And did you get why they believed? It wasn't because of Jesus' miracles. It didn't say he did any. It wasn't because of his preaching. It doesn't record anything he said. They believed because of John the Baptist. Now, John had died back in the beginning of Jesus' ministry, but the people of Bethabara remembered what John had said about Jesus. His word came true. Therefore, he was a true prophet. John the Baptist's witness lingered on way after his death, and God used his faithful witness to bring these people to the Lord. Perhaps some of these people had heard John preach, repented of their sins, and he baptized them. Through John's witness, their heart was prepared for this meeting with the one he'd witnessed about. Those 3 little verses are tucked at the end of this chapter, but they're an important treasure. They remind us that our witness sticks around long after we're gone. Those seeds we've planted along the way, the soil we've tilled, God will use it to bring people to Him. I heard the other day that it takes an average of 10 times that someone hears the gospel before they believe. So when you share, you might be the 2nd or 5th or 7th or maybe even the 10th that gets to lead that person to the Lord. But if it weren't for that first person, it wouldn't have ever gotten started. So maybe, for example, that guy I worked with in 1995, who I talked to about Jesus, maybe I was the first. I haven't seen him since, but if 9 other people witnessed to him after I did, maybe I'll see him in heaven. I certainly hope so. What testimony of Jesus have you left with others that God can use long after you've left? What testimony will you leave today?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.